looks like AJ Lee's next appearance was just subtly confirmed, so we'll check that out. We'll also see what's going on with CM Punk, Bayley, and more. Starting things off with what appears to be the next unofficial appearance for AJ Lee. AJ Lee was last seen at WrestlePalooza, where she made Becky Lynch tap out. CM Punk and AJ haven't been seen since, but there's a big hint that the both of them could be seen again as soon as the October 6th edition of Monday Night Raw. Following the whole situation of AJ making Becky tap out, we talked about that appearance to be planting the seeds for AJ to take on Becky in a singles match, potentially with the Intercontinental title on the line. While the ideal scenario is currently in place for a return from AJ Lee on Raw, Becky Lynch has gone a bit rogue since suffering that embarrassing loss to AJ Lee, and Becky got into a heated backstage confrontation with Maxine Dupree, leading to a match being booked between Becky and Maxine for the October 6th edition of Raw. Maxine Dupree is still an upcoming star with so much potential, but at least in this current moment of time, it's hard to picture a scenario where Maxine can flat out beat Becky. So it looks like this won't be much of a match, but more of a segment to set up a surprise appearance from AJ Lee. Becky Lynch eventually starts beating Maxine Dupree down, taking all that frustration out on the innocent Maxine Dupree. And Maxine's gonna need someone to save her from Becky, and that's where AJ Lee comes into the picture. AJ would come flying down the ramp to save Maxine Dupree from the attack and chase Becky Lynch off. AJ Lee serving as the veteran babyface that comes to the rescue of Maxine Dupree from the wrath of Becky Lynch. Seems like a very ideal situation for a return there. And if AJ does return in that spot, fans also feel like this is a segment where AJ versus Becky could get confirmed for Crown Jewel. It's obvious that AJ versus Becky match is coming, but there's been no confirmation for it up until this point. So if AJ is coming out to make the rescue for Maxine Dupree, this segment could also serve as the moment of confirming that future match between those two superstars. Another big hint that AJ will be on the October 6th edition of Raw is the fact that her husband CM Punk is already confirmed to appear on the October 6th edition of Raw. So if CM Punk's going to be traveling and going backstage at Raw this coming week, it seems very likely that his wife, who just signed a new deal with WWE and has an active storyline with Becky Lynch, will also be backstage at Raw. So for the fans that have been waiting to see more of CM Punk and AJ Lee, October 6th is looking like the show that has great odds of having the both of them make appearances. It's obvious that AJ Lee will be involved in the whole match between Maxine and Becky, but it's CM Punk who doesn't really have a clear direction going on right now. Sure, the issues with Seth Rollins are far from being over, but Seth is currently extremely occupied with Cody Rhodes, and the entire build-up with the Crown Jewel Championship match, and Punk can't really feud with other Vision members because they're busy with the OG bloodline at the moment. So Punk is kind of left without any clear story for the moment, but he's being advertised to make an appearance on October 6th. So maybe somebody interrupts him, someone comes out, and maybe that's what Punk will be focused on until Seth Rollins frees up again. This upcoming Raw looks like it'll be another massive one for Punk and AJ. AJ continues her feud with Becky, and we'll have to see what awaits CM Punk with that mysterious appearance he's about to make on Raw. Bayley's ongoing multiple personality storyline continued this week on Raw, but did take a little twist along the way. For several weeks now, we've been seeing Bayley struggling deeply to maintain the different personalities that live inside her head. She often loses control, and you could see her change into these different personalities during matches and even backstage. And the person that has been having a hard time dealing with Bayley's situation the most has obviously been Lyra. And the way the story has been going lately has been like this. The normal version of Bayley absolutely adores Lyra and looks at the both of them as best friends, while the heel version of Bayley appears to absolutely hate Lyra's guts and everything else about Lyra. That's kind of been the pattern we've seen since Bayley returned, but the September 29th edition of Raw appeared to flip that narrative upside down. Bayley requested for Lyra to come out to the ring to keep her company and protect her from the Judgment Day. But Lyra, learning her lesson from the past few weeks of unstableness from Bayley, denies Bayley's request and refuses to join her to the ring. Bayley would end up losing her match to Raquel Rodriguez and got beat down post-match by Raquel and Roxanne. That's when a conflicted Lyra, who originally didn't want to help Bayley anymore, comes running down the ramp to save the day for Bayley. But here's where the twist came into play. Bayley was all smiles and happy with what Lyra did to save her, but if you caught on to it, Bayley wasn't her normal babyface persona when she was thanking Lyra for the help. It was actually the heel version of Bayley that was thanking Lyra for the help. This was evident due to the use of the word idiot by Bayley. When it comes to split personalities, you gotta look at those little clues and giveaways that let you know which persona the person is in at any given moment. And the word idiot is definitely the giveaway for Bayley's heel persona. The nice and kind version of Bayley never uses that word to describe anyone, but heel Bayley, on the other hand, idiot is pretty much her favorite word. She calls everyone an idiot. So if you hear Bayley use that word, it's a giveaway that the heel persona is control of the steering wheel in Bayley's head at that moment. So it's just interesting that babyface Bayley was not thanking Lyra for the help, but it was the heel persona that was doing the thanking. It was a bit of a shock because the heel side of Bayley has been nothing but aggressive and hostile to Lyra in recent weeks. Even at prior moments of Lyra trying to help Bayley, the heel side always treated Lyra harshly. So to see the heel side of Bayley actually smiling and being appreciative of Lyra's assistance was most definitely an eye-opener. Bayley did call Lyra an idiot after the save, but Bayley was still all smiles with Lyra. Bayley even posted a message about what Lyra did on Raw into her Instagram page, once again appearing to be still the heel persona. Bayley noted that her little idiot bird, referring to Lyra, beat up those big old idiots quicker than you can say ding dong. So once again, a lot of key things there that let us know that heel Bayley typed out that message. She appreciates the help from Lyra, but still refers to her as an idiot bird. It definitely doesn't feel right to call someone out of their name when they just saved you, but it's heel Bayley. That persona doesn't really know how to be kind towards people. That's just the way this side of Bayley talks and operates. So Lyra has apparently gotten good on the side of heel Bayley. So that's what really is confusing things right now. Will Lyra be on good terms with all of Bayley's personalities, or will something come along the way to ruin things again? Another big burning question from the fans, and even something that Lyra herself brought to Raw, is the question of how aware is Bayley of her own current situation? Lyra wondered if Bayley was aware of everything that was happening and was just doing all this as mind games, or if it was something legitimately wrong with Bayley. That's the same question that fans have been asking. Just how much control does Bayley really have over what's going on with her right now in her head? Does she control it and is just playing around with Lyra to get more in her head, or has Bayley completely lost it? That question is still up in the air. Maybe Bayley legitimately has no control at the moment, but the time may come where she does gain control and just embraces her multiple personalities. Sort of like a Bray Wyatt character. Bray was severely suffering from multiple personalities, but Bray was aware that there was two sides of him and would often warn his opponents about it. So it kind of makes you wonder if Bayley will eventually become self-aware about what's happening to her, and that could make her even more dangerous and unpredictable. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.